What's good, relatives? Welcome back to another video of Playback. You feel me? Got that boy Agent, got that boy Low. Kyrie is being forced to take the vaccine, man. They doing Kyrie dirty, man. You feel me? All glory to God, go to Kyrie. We going to hopefully get this man through whatever they got going on. They forcing this vaccine on people, man.
Welcome back, Playback. Kyrie Irving's been in the news because although the NBA doesn't mind him playing games without being vaccinated, you know who does? The state of New York, and so do a few other states in the country. He went on IG Live to express his opinions about being barred from playing over, like, what was it, half of his games?
It's going to be more than half because now the working on that said they're not even going to line up playing away games.
Everybody's entitled to do what they feel is best for themselves, and putting me as a hero or painting me as a villain, sort of say, or going against the vaccine mandates, like that wasn't my intent at all. And to be sitting in this seat here and seeing, the way that this is dividing our world up, being vaccinated or being unvaccinated, it's just sad to see. It's creating a lot of division, a lot of confusion.
You see in DDG video, he went to eat. They made them boys eat outside because they wasn't vaccinated. They wanted your vaccine paper. Boy, I'm not even going to go into it, man.
A lot of people saying things that are untrue.
You can't even say nothing negative about the vaccine. Like, bro, this mess is deep.
Giving space for each other to speak. You got doctors out here working hard, physicians out here working hard, and everybody's trying to do what's best for them and their families, which I respect. And I'm always going to put that first. Everybody out there, it's not, listening to me or making this about me or painting this picture like, yo, I'm the voice of reason, so you should do this. Nah. Like, it's just about staying real and staying true to who you are and making the choice for you what's best. Everybody has their own family. Everybody has their own tribe. Everybody has their own issues or traumas that they're dealing with, trying to heal from, and I'm just trying to support as best I can. I'm a hooper. I've been a hooper since I was
a hooper.
Then they're 4 years old, and coming into the NBA, I just had a dream to play ball at a high level. I didn't anticipate all this coming with it. But if I am going to be responsible for my own life, then I got to speak on things that truly matter to me. I had to stop running away from using my voice and using my platform to, speak on what's true and what's mine. Nobody's going to hijack my voice. Nobody's going to take.
They do though. And that's so sad. Like, outside of the whole Rona situation, they have been hijacking his voice. They will do whatever it takes, kind of like what they did with Joe Rogan, where you could argue he didn't need to take all the medications, he could have just got the vaccine. But they told everybody he was taking horse medication. Well, it wasn't true. He was taking the human version of the pill they were arguing was horse medication. So they do, Kyrie, hijack your voice when they say you say things, or they come to conclusions based off of things you said. And I could tell in this live so far he's been trying to, like, pick his words wisely. But it doesn't matter what you say, Kyrie. They will continue to hijack your voice to push a narrative. And outside of the people dying, I'd say the next worst thing that the whole pandemic has done is how it's divided people. And it's just been used as a way to divide people more. And it's like everyone has their own faction, and you're going to stick to whatever faction you're part of instead of just seeing the information, analyzing it, and then coming to your own conclusions. At the end of the day, if Kyrie Irving himself is going to sit here and tell me I personally don't care enough. I don't care enough. Pros is saying it. Bro, send the vaccine this way. I need to be able to go back to Canada. You can't cross the border without your vaccine. That being said, I just need to know what research people are doing holding out. Like, if you're holding out, like, what research are you doing to learn whether or not this is safe for you? Because if you're doing nothing,
the ones who aren't getting.
Yeah, if you're doing nothing, then I'd argue that you're not in the pursuit of the truth at all. You're just wasting everybody's time. And the reality is that for vaccines to work, there needs to be herd immunity, so people have to be comfortable taking it. But it's also true that plenty of vaccines are mandated for you to go to school. At least it was for us in Canada. You had to get measles. You had to get the smallpox vaccine. There's ones you just had to get because to keep them eviscerated, like, there just needed to be herd immunity. And while herd immunity doesn't help me, my immune system is great enough to fight off most any virus. The reality is that it helps the people who have, like, HIV or who have cancer. So I didn't get the vaccine for me at all. I got it for other people. Kyrie's sitting here telling me he has to process information. That's fine.
One thing I will give to some of the NBA players, because Kyrie isn't the only one, is that people are saying it's not for you, it's for everybody else. But the reality is like NBA players are probably one of the very few people or occupations where like there's plenty of protocol and precautions for the Rona. Like they have to get tested weekly.
Even if they're vaccinated.
Yeah, even if they vaccinated. So this is not like a and Sham and Woj they put out tweets routinely about
Oh yeah, I remember that.
They do that.
Zero cases this
Zero
week.
cases this week. They do that very often. So I don't. When people sit here and say like, "Oh, you got to get it because of X, Y, Z," it's like theoretically speaking and realistically speaking, I think it would be a good idea for them to get it. But in actuality, no. Like they're actually in environments and situations to where they're not at high risk at all. Even when they go to games, they still take a lot of precautions to prevent themselves from potentially contracting it from other people. However, I still agree with you saying. I need to hear like, what is your reasoning? Because it's a lot of vague talking, and I'm like, I need to know like why. I mean, let me say that back. I don't need to, but if you want to start explaining yourself, don't be vague. Just say it.
Yeah, I think Kyrie's doing the dance, knowing that they're gonna try and hijack his voice. They're gonna hijack it regardless. They'll spin it if they need to. They don't even need to tell the truth. They just need to tell the thing that sounds like it's true.
But I honestly haven't heard anybody make a legitimate argument outside of they possibly feel like they need a little bit more research.
Power away from me that I have for speaking on these things, and don't believe that I'm retiring. Don't believe that, I'm going to give up this game for a vaccine mandate or staying unvaccinated. Don't believe any of that shit, man. Like really be aware of what's being said before I even get a chance to be on the podium and speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like all these people saying all these things about what's going on with me, and it's just not true. Pay attention to what's going on out in the real world. People are losing their jobs to these mandates. People are having to make choices with their own lives, which I respect. And I don't want to sit here and play on people's emotions either. Just use logic. What would you do? If you felt uncomfortable going into the season when you were promised that you would have exemptions or that you didn't have to be forced to get the vaccine. This wasn't an issue before the season started. This wasn't something that I foresaw coming, where I prepared for it, and I had a chance to strategize on what was going to be best for me and my family. I came into the season thinking that I was just going to be able to play ball, be able to use my talent to continue to inspire, influence people in the right way. Like putting this on me is just like, why are you putting it on me? Like this is not part of.
This is all part of God's doing, brother. Carry it on your back, my brother. Leadership.
What's going on in conversations with scientists, physicians, and doctors. I'm just a hooper, right? Like I'm just a person who's being utilized at.
To me, what he's saying is true, but it's not how reality works. Like everyone has been put in compromising situations in their life. That is just life. You make decisions accordingly. It may be decisions that may be sprung on you, or maybe situations that may be sprung on you, so you have to make hasty decisions. And you are in a situation where you are afforded the luxury to sit back and think about those decisions. But to make it seem like, yeah, I was promised these one things, and then we get to the season and something else happens. I'm not saying that's fair. I understand where the frustrations may lie, but I mean, dog, that's life. Like that is the definition of life, bro. Like things are gonna happen, things are gonna change. Not saying it's right, but you're not the only person who deals with that on a day-to-day basis. Bro, if the Brooklyn Nets promise you one thing and the city changed their mind on something else, the Brooklyn Nets can't be at
fault. The Brooklyn Nets didn't do nothing. It was the city of Brooklyn?
No, yes, it's a city. So that's why it's Brooklyn, the Nets, and the Knicks. Oh. That's why it's the Toronto Raptors.
Well,
that's
Brooklyn
why it's
isn't
the
New York,
Golden State Warriors.
Just across the bridge. But yeah,
but I'm sorry, state. No, it's not. It's not. I can't really say state. Both Brooklyn and the Knicks and what you call it have it. Okay. The Toronto Raptors have it, and then the Golden State Warriors. Clippers and Lakers don't have to deal with it because they deemed the Staples Center a private entity.
the Staples Center is like a sovereign state, like an embassy.
It's just private. It's a private one,
So were all these other facilities. They're all private. They might have been funded publicly, but they're owned privately.
For the Warriors, they said no to that.
What?
Yeah, that's why. The Clippers and the Lakers, everyone was like, what about them? And they're like, no.
For some odd reason, people love to have my name in the mix of just some BS. Like, just hearing the way people speak with so much conviction about what I should be doing with my life and what, my teammates should be feeling about me, what the organization be feeling about me. And to be honest with you, if you really know me, and you see what I do out there, I put in a lot of time into my craft. I'm not sitting here to give y'all information, give y'all a whole bunch of, my wisdom beyond my years and knowledge. Nah, I'm just here to stay real. I'm always going to stay true to me, and that's me. This is my life. I get to do whatever I want with this. This is one body that I get here, one God body that I get here. And you telling me what to do with my body, and it has nothing to do with the organization. I'm going to put that out there. It has nothing to do with the Nets. It has nothing to do with my teammates. This has everything to do with what's going on in our world, and I'm being grouped in to something that's bigger than just a game of basketball. And you got that fandom, which is like a religion to people out here. Basketball is like a religion. Entertainment is like a religion to people. They like get so caught up emotionally. It's just like, yo, effing get vaccinated or just leave. We angry at what you're doing, man. And it's just like, nah, that's like, what are you talking about? I'm a human being. I have emotions. I have feelings.
The internet is undefeated, boy. That's a big old mechanical machine full with. Look, the internet is a machine full of people, and it's not even people. You feel me? It's just, bro. I don't even know how to explain it, bro. It's just a machine full of. I'm gonna just put it like this, and you don't gotta take it. You can take it however you want. I know. You feel me? The internet is a machine full of spirits. And the more spirits it has, it gets stronger and stronger.
Feelings. I have thoughts. Things that I keep to myself. Things that I share. But I'm staying grounded in what I believe in. It's just as simple as that. It's not about being anti-vax or about being, on one side or the other. Like, it's just really about being true to what feels good for me. I'm still uncertain about a lot of things, and that's open.
And that's actually fine. That right there, being cautious and that's fine. But you have to be working towards some kind of decision, yes or no. If you can't be in an indefinite state of nothing. Bro, I was watching a Russell Brand video where he was referring to like articles from like reputable journalism that was done about how I forgot what the organization's name was, but within the United States, it was a government entity that helped fund work that was being done in Wuhan, and the work that was being done was trying to make the novel coronavirus, not Rona 19, more transmissible. They were trying to make it more transmissible to learn about it. This was happening in Wuhan and funded by the exact government entity that Fauci was leading at the time, between I think 2016 to 2019. Hearing things like that is like, that's out of like a Netflix Black Mirror episode. It sounds so fake that you think I just made it up, but then it's like this real journalist writing this real story.
Real as
You're
freak.
right to be cautious. At the end of the day, players like Andrew Wiggins were forced into it because their financial interests were tied into taking the vaccine. Same with me. If I want to go up to Toronto and feed family, then I have to take the vaccine because otherwise they won't let you across the border. Most of the areas that we film videos in, they require you to be vaccinated. When I pulled up to the Lakers game, they check your vaccination card. So the reality is like, you just have to be it. Otherwise, there's a lot that you can't do. Holding out costs you a lot. And in Kyrie's case, cost him hundreds of millions of dollars. So him doing that should be combined with like the pursuit of looking for the truth. And he said a word. He said, what feels good to me? It should be more think than feel.
Yes.
Because feel is like, why are we deciding things based on how we feel?
Yes.
What does the information say? Yes. And if you don't think there's enough information out there, then talk to experts and see what you can find. Your Kyrie Irving, they will sit down and talk to you. And then come to...
This is not an emotional thing. This is
no,
like,
not at all.
There needs to be a lot of facts based behind it.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's maybe some conclusions you can jump to based off of the facts. So I can understand how
Andrew Wiggins wasn't going to get it because of his religious beliefs. They said, we don't care.
way too long in this pandemic for somebody to say in late 2021 how I feel, or I just have this eerie feeling about it. It's like, bro, no, there's too much information out there for you to just say how you feel about something.
Y'all right to. The more I research it myself, the more I believe that you have every right to be cautious, to not trust big pharma, because they never have your interests in mind at all. It's just profits. But at the same time, you have to eventually source out that information from avenues that you trust, people, companies, government entities, whatever you is that you trust for whatever reason you trust. Look for that info, bro, and then act on it. If y'all decide you don't want to, the reality is you might be forced to, bro, and that looks like what they're trying to do with Kyrie right now. They're trying to force him to do it.
Oh, yeah,
Force.
No, not necessarily.
Strong force.
You could be homeschooled and not have taken any vaccine.
Oh well, yeah, unless you use unless you.
Hey, them telling you got to get the vaccine is like Chris Masters putting you in a master lock. If you know what the master lock is, you know what I'm talking about.
Live an abnormal life in many regards.
Yeah, if you want to live a normal life, they're gonna want you to do it. And in America, trust me, it's not even as forceful as they're doing it in Canada. Like when I went into the Staples Center, I just showed a screenshot. It could have been of anything. There's no way they could have double checked everybody's vaccination cards to see if it was real. You could walk in there with a fake one if you really wanted to. So it's at the end.
What if you get caught with it? You gonna go to jail?
Oh, for real?
Yeah, you go to jail.
Oh wow, I didn't know
if they catch you with a fake one, that's a federal offense, dog.
Tough.
Yeah, you go to jail.
You know, I respect all the doctors, all the physicians working hard, working diligently, you know, trying to find a answer to all this too. You know, like the times that we're in, I show nothing but respect to them. They're working hard to get out the information, working hard to make sure we stay safe, and I respect it. I respect them. And I love what they're doing, but now is not the time to be divided and use me as an example that I don't want to be used as. So I'm thinking clearly. I'm thinking logically. I'm not thinking with emotions. I'm gonna keep saying that because you gotta make these convictions yourself. Like I gotta make these myself because it's gonna continue to revolve around this and that. And yo, you're gonna lose out on money and you're gonna lose out on this. Like so what? It's not about the money, baby. It's not always about the money. It's about choosing what's best for you. You think I really want to lose money? You think I really want to give up on my dream to go after a championship? You think I really just want to give up my job?
Come on, ads. Interrupting Kyrie.
I get what he's saying. He's just saying it over and over again.
Yeah,
You're telling the truth.
I'm rambling about feelings and you know, let's respect one another. And this is just me, my body, one life, one time, one entity. We gotta respect that, man. I respect you, man. This is how I just feel though, man. Like I be really sitting there and I feel this way. This is what I believe in. You gotta respect me, but you're not gonna use me in a certain way to just really take my name and drag it through the mud. Like I respect me. We should be able to come together and respect each other, man. This is a crazy time, man.
Stop trolling. Stop trolling.
I feel like this, man.
So this is the last thing I'll say on the topic. I believe that you already gave up your freedom for security, and often the government asks you to continuously make that trade over and over again. So
that is a fact.
You give up your, like, for example, there's cameras in every intersection in Atlanta. Hold on now. They're surveilling us? But that provides some security. If I kill you and I run through an intersection, they could spot me through my windshield. It's part of the reason why they don't want you to tint your windshield, because they want to be able to see who's driving the vehicle in case they need to pull you over. So there's a transaction right there. You're trading a little bit of freedom for security. Now, you want to find a middle ground. You obviously don't want to be in a place where there's no rules, or else I can pop you and there's no consequences for that. But at the same time, you don't want to give up too much of your freedom, or else you're gonna feel like you're living in some like demonist state that's really only out to keep you restricted. America's like really freedom gung ho, so it makes sense that America's.
But they don't really even know what that means, because people say that, and like you said, y'all give up a part of y'all freedom daily.
So we all follow rules that restrict our freedom. If I wanted to bitch slap Low right now, that would be a federal offense.
He said bitch slap.
Bitch slap Low, not necessarily because it would hurt him and it would deteriorate our relationship, and there's consequences as a result. So the trade between freedom and security is done frequently in your daily life. This is not any different than that. It's the same trade you've been making. So you have to come to the conclusion on whether or not you're comfortable making this specific trade. But to argue that this to argue that you taking a vaccine is any less free than a lot of the trades you make in your daily life is just not honest. It's not honest. And it doesn't speak holistically to the type of life that you live and the type of security that you have as a result of the sacrifices that you get to make. There's plenty of freedom restrictions placed on Kyrie as a result of that $205 million contract. Bro, this is the same trade we've been making. It's the same trade, bro.
And that to me, that's
it's just being done by big pharma now. So that's what I'm saying. Look into it and do the research. But you not doing anything and pretending like you care is cap. That shit is cap. But that's it for me, man.
That's it for me too. I just feel like I will say this. I applaud Kyrie for at least standing on his word and willing to jeopardize a lot of other things. Because at the end of the day, I feel like if this is who you are, be a man of your word. And if that means you're gonna lose a lot of money in the process, then all more power to you. Don't be like a Ben Simmons, bro. Ben Simmons got fined a couple times. Like I'll show up to practice. Don't worry about it.
Oh man, stand by your word. If you feel like you ain't getting it, don't get it. If you gotta take some risk and chances, take your risk and chances. At the end of the day, you'll feel much more better about your decision and about yourself. Keep your integrity and manhood and womanhood and continue to strive. Leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe, relatives. Until next time on the Real Smoke TV. I'll see you.